Lyons has moved from being an executive assistant to a business owner and board member. With her husband Phil, she bought the flagging Hunter-based business Pride Dry Cleaning and Laundry and has transformed it into an eco-friendly success story. Phil's battle with cancer has confined him to a wheelchair, but he and Jennie invested in technology to make the business disability friendly and more efficient. Her experience doing a multitude of roles for several small businesses and working for industry association HunterNet gave her a hands-on understanding of business. Jennie has qualifications in accounting, business management and training. She is also a director of the Hunter Business Chamber. Welcome Jennie, thanks so much for joining us.
Thanks Holly, it's great.
To begin today, do you want to tell us a little bit about your career path?
Like a lot of people in Newcastle, I started in banks and then moved into small to medium businesses. In all small businesses, like everyone, you have to do a wide variety of roles. So everything from accounting through to staff management, HR is just a nightmare. But you also have to do logistics, customer service, marketing, you name it, you've got to do it. But all of that was actually quite helpful because in 2010, my husband Phil and I, we actually bought a very well-known business in Newcastle, been here since the 40s. We bought it in receivership, but with all those skills that I'd learnt along the way, we've been able to turn that around and actually expand our business. Not without its challenges though. 2010 we bought the business. 2012 Phil was diagnosed with cancer. Many operations later in 2014 that confined him to a wheelchair. But then challenges and changes in business with customers or business itself is actually the key to leadership and business success because you have to think on your feet, you have to adapt. And so we've adapted. Technology has changed dramatically for our business. We actually have the only 2 dry cleaning machines in the world that are designed for a wheelchair user. We were able to negotiate with that company, talk to them about our requirements and then obtain them. But we've also changed all of our systems and brought our staff along with that for the ride really. So changing and adapting must be part of every leader and every business just to continue.
Could you describe your leadership style and perhaps who and what has influenced it?
At Pride we have a very consultative kind of leadership style. But that has to adapt, and I think every business has to adapt. Depending on your team, depending on the circumstances, depending on your staffing and your customers that are coming through, you actually have to be able to adapt. As I say, we've got a very consultative kind of leadership style, but somebody actually has to make the tough decisions. So even though we're consultative, that has to come to a point. Then somebody has to be strong enough to take that tough decision. And even within our staff, sometimes that has to switch to an authoritarian style of leadership because sometimes you just have to put your foot down and say, this is the best for our business, this is the best for our customer base, this is how we're going to do it.
Jennie, you are a Hunter Business Chamber Director. How can Chambers help business?
Chambers help businesses in many different ways. And I think it's one of the things that small business and medium-sized business doesn't take full advantage of. I can think of nothing better than picking up the phone when I've got a HR issue and having somebody at the end of the phone, not even always to give the advice, but just to reinforce my thoughts, validate what I'm doing. That legal department, I can't afford the lawyers, but I can pick up my phone, use those legal services, and it saves us a lot of money. It's just gold. And the networking, leadership and small business can be quite isolating. You can have staff all around you, but you're still quite isolated. It's excellent to network with people with a like mind, bounce ideas around, and it's amazing how much business you can do whilst under the guise of networking.
What do you think makes business unique in the Hunter?
Holly, this is a little controversial because I actually don't think business is unique in the Hunter. I think business is business. We have a beautiful spot to do business, but we're not unique. And I think sometimes we look to the Hunter as a closed area too often. lift our eyes. Look at what's happening in Australia, in the world. We've got the V8 supercars coming. The world is going to focus on the Hunter. We need to take advantage of that and look at the opportunities that it's bringing to us and run with it.
Jennie, to finish today, what local business leader do you find inspiring?
I have many people who inspire me, but I also find, especially as part of the Hunter Business Chamber and a previous role I used to work with HunterNet, small business and medium business people inspire me. To walk into somebody else's business and for them to light up and tell me all about their business, how well they're doing, how they're doing it, and what areas they're covering, that inspires me. It gives me goosebumps, actually. I just find that those people who are real out there, going to work every day, and also employing more of our workforce than any of the big business put together, but they're putting their whole lives and their homes and their families on the line every day they walk into that business. That inspires me and gives me goosebumps.
What a delightful way to finish our interview. Thank you so much for your time, Jennie.
Thank you very much. It was wonderful. Thank you.